You've been living half alive, waking up tired, smiling for the world, while screaming in silence inside. But what if I told you the version of life you truly deserve is waiting behind one decision? To let go of fear. Fear was never the enemy. It was the signal. It pointed to every doorway of your expansion. But somewhere along the way, you mistook it for truth. You let it narrate your worth. You let it frame your voice. You let it convince you that safety was success. But safety is not peace. And peace is not silence. Peace is alignment. And alignment demands honesty with yourself about the things that keep you small, about the patterns you inherited but never. Challenge about the way you shrunk to make others comfortable. You were not born to fear your own power. You were born to remember it, to remember that your voice matters, that your story carries healing, that your life is not meant to fit, meant to stretch. Stretch what's possible. Stretch what's allowed. Stretch what's acceptable to dream. You've been waiting for permission from parents, from friends, from strangers who never lived your pain. But no one can authorize your becoming. That is a solo contract, one signed in silence. In suffering, in stillness, you keep asking the world to validate dreams it was never meant to understand. But how can they see your vision when they were never meant to carry it? You weren't born to be understood. You were born to be whole. And wholeness doesn't come from applause. It comes from fire, from walking into the places that scared you, from standing in rooms that tried to shrink you, from holding your truth even when it makes others leave, especially when it makes others leave. Because what's the point of being accepted if you had to abandon yourself to earn it? You don't need permission. You need presence. And the moment you choose it to become untouchable, you were never broken. You were buried under expectations, under guilt, under the lies you were told about what makes a life worthy. And now you're waking up. You feel it, that quiet ache in your chest that says there's more. More than routine, more than performance, more than pretending. You're okay. You don't need to fix yourself. You need to remember who you were before the world told you who to be. Before you were taught that love must be earned, that rest must be deserved, that silence means weakness. The truth is, your softness was never weakness. Your voice was never too much. Your dreams were never impossible. They were just too loud for a world afraid of real. But now you're done shrinking, done apologizing for being deep, sensitive, intense, alive. This is the part where you stop hiding. This is the part where you rise. The mind will fight you every time you try to expand. It will whisper doubt. It will flood you with memories of when you failed, when you were judged, when you were abandoned. But those weren't warnings. They were weights. And your soul is stronger now. You don't have to believe every thought that enters your head. You are not your thoughts. You are the one who notices them, the one who sees the pattern, the one who can rewrite the script. You are allowed to choose a different voice. No. One that doesn't shame you, one that doesn't minimize you, one that says you belong, even here, even now. That voice lives in you already, beneath the fear, beneath the noise, beneath everything you've used to survive. And the moment you hear it clearly, you'll stop surviving. You'll start creating. Healing is not gentle. It's not candles and music and pretty quotes. It's grief. It's anger. It's seeing who you became to protect yourself and deciding you don't want to be that version anymore. Even if it kept you safe. Even if it helped you cope. Because safety is no longer the goal. Freedom is, and freedom doesn't come without confrontation. Confronting your wounds. Confronting the people you still carry. Confronting the spaces where you stopped growing. That confrontation will shake you. It will make you want to run. But don't be because on the other side of needs. Because on the other side of needs, the life that feels impossible. The life you deserve, but you cannot create that. The life you deserve, but you cannot create that. life with the same identity that buried your voice. You must become new, and becoming new hurts. But so does staying the same. Healing is not gentle. It's not candles and music and pretty quotes. It's grief, it's anger, it's seeing who you became to protect yourself. And deciding you don't want to be that version anymore. Even if it kept you safe. Even if it helped you cope. Because safety is no longer the goal. Freedom is. And freedom doesn't come without confrontation. Confronting your wounds. Confronting the people you still carry. Confronting the spaces where you stopped growing. That confrontation will shake you. It will make you want to run. But don't because on the other side of needs. Because on the other side of needs, the life that feels impossible, the life you deserve, but you cannot create that. The life you deserve, but you cannot create that. Life with the same identity that buried your voice. You must become new. And becoming new hurts. But so does staying the same. There's a voice inside. You that has never stopped speaking. You buried it beneath noise. You silenced it. Be accepted. But it never left. It's the one that whispers truth when you lie to yourself. The one that tells you to walk away when something looks good but feels wrong. That voice is your compass. And for too long, you've been ignoring it. But it won't go away because it was placed inside you for this exact season to wake you up. To pull you back, to remind you that the life you're living isn't the one you were called for. The world taught you how to fit in. That voice is here to teach you how to come. Home. Home. To yourself. To your inner knowing. To the place that doesn't need external proof to trust the direction. You already know. You've always known. The fear just got louder. Now it's time for faith. To speak louder still. You won't get there with logic alone. There are things you must feel your way through. Things that can't be. Explained, only experienced. It wants, and the mind certainty will fight that. It wants control. But control is the opposite of trust. And this part of your life requires deep, relentless trust. Not in the outcome in the process, in the detours, in the closed doors, in the people walked away. Because they weren't rejection. They were redirection. You didn't lose them. You found space for the right voices, the right paths, the right mirrors. So stop asking why things fell apart. Start asking what's trying to come together. Not everything that breaks is punishment. Some things shatter, so you'll stop pretending. They were whole. You don't need to be fearless. You need to move afraid. Too. Speak afraid to show up afraid. Because courage is not the absence of fear. It's movement in the presence of it. Fear will always be there. But it no longer has to drive. Let it sit in the passenger seat, screaming, doubting, begging you to turn back. But you keep your hands on the wheel. You let your vision lead. And one day, fear will get quiet. Not because it vanished, because it finally realized you weren't listening anymore. You had a destination too powerful to delay. You had a life too urgent to wait on comfort, and by the time you arrive, fear won't even recognize you. The life you deserve isn't just about peace, it's about power. Not power over others, power over yourself. The power to speak when your voice shakes, to stay when you want to run, to love without needing to be chosen. First to rise when no one claps, to believe in healing, while still bleeding. That power is built in silence, in discipline, in all the quiet. Moments where you choose the hard thing again and again and again. Not for praise, not for applause, but because your future is watching, and the future doesn't respond to what you say, only what you sow. Plant deeply, now root. Fully now. Harvest is coming. This is your line in the sand, the moment everything changes. Not because the world shifts, but because you do. You stop performing, you stop proving, you stop waiting to feel ready. And you decide that the fear can come, but it won't decide. That the doubt can scream, but it won't direct. That the old version of you can beg to survive, but it won't lead. Because now, you choose you. Not the watered down you, not the polished, palatable you. The full, fierce, Fearless you, the one who's tired of pretending, the one who's done abandoning herself, the one who knows this life, this purpose, this truth. It's never supposed to be easy. It was supposed to be yours. There will be days where the healing feels worse than the wound, where the silence feels louder than the pain ever did, where walking forward feels like betrayal to the past. But keep walking, because every step you take is a vote for the future, for your voice, for your becoming. You are allowed to outgrow what once saved you. You are allowed to leave behind the places where you stopped growing. You are allowed to evolve beyond the roles you once accepted. You were not created to stay the same. You, fluid. You are sacred. You are being reformed on into something new. But into who you were before the world got loud. This isn't. Transformation, it's return. You've been taught that letting go means weakness, but letting go is power. Letting go is a sacred rebellion. It's you deciding that fear won't dictate your direction, that pain won't define your path, that the opinions of others are no longer the law of your becoming. Let go of the shame that never belonged to you. Let go of the loyalty to people who loved your silence more than your truth. Let go of the survival version of you that only knew how to hustle. Perform, prove. You don't have to fight anymore. There is strength in softness. There is power in surrender. There is freedom in release. What you carry does not make you stronger. What you release does end when you finally drop it to rise. There is a life waiting for you. It's not louder, it's not faster, it's deeper. It's a life where your peace isn't performative, where your joy isn't borrowed, where your purpose isn't a secret you keep hidden under fear. This life is not for the version of you that needs approval. It's for the version that trusts her knowing, that walks into rooms and no longer needs to prove why she's there, that holds her standards without needing applause, that rests without guilt, that rises without shame, that finally understands. She is the evidence. She is the vision. She is the answer. And the world will shift. Moment she walks in truth. You are not late. You are not behind. You are right on time for your own becoming. The delay was never denial, it was preparation. Every heartbreak shaped your compassion. Every silence strengthened your voice. Every breakdown cleared space for your birth. You weren't being punished. You were being prepared. And now you're ready. Ready to walk through doors you used to knock on. Ready to create the space you always searched for. Ready to show others what freedom looks like when fear no longer runs the show. This isn't just about you. It's about your lineage. It's about the generations that come after you. They will never know the chains you broke, but they'll walk in the freedom you built. You're not healing for yourself. You're healing for everyone. Who comes next? This is your moment. Right here, right now. No more running. No more waiting. No more asking who you need to be. You already are. You are the storm and the stillness, the fire and the water, the wound and the wisdom. You are a walking miracle. Not because you were untouched by pain, but because you rose through it. This life is yours. This voice is yours. This freedom is yours. So breathe in, let go. Step forward, and finally live the life you deserve.